Okay. Won't waste too long in the menu. Just go straight away. Got time to make up. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. So this is Mirror's Edge. You don't shoot too much, but you shoot a little bit. Straight away, I'm just gonna skip the training real quick, because we've been there and done that. This level was the tutorial. Kind of teaches you like the basic movement and things you should be doing, but we threw all of that out the window, and you can see we're doing things like this with wall boosts and turning to the side like this. Turning to the side. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick. Turning to the side like this is combining a fighting mechanic, which is the side jump, and then just turning the camera, because it will instantly bring you to full speed instead of having to accelerate for like 7 seconds or so. And then we have things like kick glitches, like this, which is basically just starting a wall run and then kicking, and at the end of that kicking animation you have 1 frame to jump. So this is essentially like a double jump, and you can chain them together if you land on a wall afterwards. But yeah, that's the entirety of Prologue. Very fast. Hope you didn't blink. Purposely slow down at the end there, because if you go too fast, you cannot grab the helicopter. So this is chapter 1. More of the same stuff. We're just kind of bringing together different pieces of movement. Can I please shoot every guard? You know what? I'll shoot a bunch of them where I have an opportunity to. I'm skipping pressing this elevator button by saying any other animation and then scrolling my mouse wheel up, because I have interact bound to the mouse wheel, so we can use it twice in 1 frame. So that was the first kind of like random part. You can die there, but usually you don't. Now we're going to do the first out of bounds by doing a kick glitch into a wall climb, landing back where we came from, and chaining a kick glitch into a wall boost. Land on this slide, which we would be sliding on anyway, we're just doing it from a different point. And that saves like 15 seconds or something. We're just gonna make our way along here. Try and chain together as much speed as we can. That'd be that kick glitch and then wall boost, or just wall boosts. Kick glitch around this fence. There are some guards here. We don't have the ability to shoot them, but they are going to shoot at me. Classic. I'm gonna clip this by quick turning into the corner as it starts going up. And then conveniently the game's gonna like snap us into a standing position. In which case our feet are closer to the ceiling. It's just gonna put us up there instead. Usually the thing I just did would have killed you, but there's things in this game called slides, which I took earlier, and there's things everywhere called slides, they're not just in this game. They are a real concept, believe it or not. But in this game, they added triggers to them, so you can't you don't die when you're like going down one, right? Because if you're on a slide too long, you fall on too many units, you're just gonna like trigger a falling death. Anyway, I'm gonna take one last shortcut in this chapter here, going over this gap instead of climbing up and taking the zip line. And that's the end of chapter 1. Start chapter 2. I will give one attempt at a very hard trick. If it doesn't work out well, then I'm just going to go the intended route, which is around half a minute slower. And then you also lose half a minute for failing the trick, so we'll see, I guess. I'm just climbing out of bounds now, and I'm taking this convenient bridge across the canals. I can get behind this one out of bounds. Oh, that's not good. It's okay, we can go around here, I think. Something like that. Good speedrunner. Okay, I'm gonna try and chain 4 kick glitches. Nice. That's a lot harder than it looks, and it saves a lot of time. So very cool. Kick glitches in this game are very precise, and if you just wait a little bit too long, you'll lose too much height, or you'll have too much angle, and it's a whole ordeal. We made it work. And basically the intention of that is hitting a pretty much a persistent checkpoint in the world, and with that we can reload it from the menu. This trick is also fairly new and very hard, but I'm gonna try it anyway. That was the only time I was gonna try it, because you can sink a lot of time into messing it up. You'll see what it skips. I would have just gone straight up to the walkways up top. But my estimate's pretty tight, so you're just gonna go the normal way. More kick glitches and wall boosts, making sure we can fly through without going too slow. That was a really bad angle. So gonna have to do a little shimmy. There's the earlier mentioned slides, a completely unique concept. So the purpose of going underground was to avoid a helicopter that was chasing us. Now we've lost it, so we're gonna climb out. Gonna take some shortcuts up here too. Usually you would go like pretty much all the way around, but I'm just gonna use these railings and wall runs to skip a bunch of levels by jumping off of the railing. And then we can call up this little lift right here. Very cool. This is one of the small downtime sections. We get to kind of do nothing and just wait around. But if we look up here, we can see the protagonist waving at us. Well, he's not waving, he's just kind of chilling. No, wait. Antagonist? I don't know, I forgot. Anyway. Same elevator clipping we've seen before. timing walking off the elevators so the world loads around me. Your PC is slower, then you'd have to wait longer, of course. One of those types of things. The one of the upsides of doing the skip I just did with the elevator is that Jackknife's AI does not activate until you break down the door. We're actually just chasing an audio trigger right now instead of a guy. You can hear him running along beside us. There he goes. If he was here, you would see him teleporting and stuff like that. And I'm gonna do a backup because I messed up a glitch. It's very important that you roll at the bottom of that. It'll make sure you don't die. Anyway. If you have a free scroll mouse in this game, you can save some time by just repeatedly spamming buttons. In certain places they make actions happen faster. And one last shortcut to finish off this level with a kick glitch. Sorry. My mind completely blanked. Yeah, we enter the end level trigger from the wrong direction. Is chapter 3 of 10. Gonna try and go around this fence using a ledge snap mechanic. If you jump towards a ledge and you fall just short, the ledge will kind of catch you a little bit. And you can use that to your advantage when going around things. I'm gonna walk in here and grab a checkpoint because, like I said, my estimate is tight. And then we're gonna head back outside and climb this thing to get out of bounds. Kinda tricky. Might take me a few. Oops. Yeah, any minute now. Yeah. I'm gonna attempt to do a chain. Hopefully I don't get stuck in this wall. I'm gonna do a wall boost, and then another kick glitch. And another wall boost. Usually I would fly into a trigger here, but I missed it, so instead we're gonna go out of bounds here by climbing through a lamp. This is around 40 seconds slower, I think, but it is what it is. And we get to fire some shots now, so that's good. There you go, bang bang. Just gonna climb this wall by standing on some ledges. This game's really hard to like explain on your own while you play it. I tried my best. Probably should have kept that gun and fired some more shots. I apologize. Yep. Here's another use of the free scroll mouse. It's gonna get pretty loud, so usually you would have to wait for the door to like animate and then open slowly and stuff, but you can speed it up by just spamming the button over and over. This is chapter 3, checkpoint C, where I would have landed if I did the skip. This is pretty much a noob slayer because it has no checkpoints in it. I mean it does, but they're like way out of the way. Luckily, everything went fine though. Pretty much just kick glitching everywhere and skipping these guards by doing so. Promise more guard shooting. Look, I'm gonna have to find a gun somewhere, okay? Got some guns in mind. I've got some. Promise. It's gonna be faster to quit out here and load back in instead of waiting for the doors to open again. We'll do that, and we'll just hit W in the white screen while our FPS is at 0. And then we will accelerate very fast. Because lower frame rate means lower friction in this game's engine. You just kind of slide across the floor. Alright, we're gonna try a trick here called Crane's Kick Glitch. It used to be really hard and now it's like really easy. When you do it right. Essentially you want to like jump as you get pushed off the ground by an object and you get a very tiny speed boost. And you can just barely carry enough of that speed into a kick to get more distance, and it's enough to get you over this gap. Then we climb up here to hit this trigger and we can finish the game, the level. And you can kill yourself.
I need to see him again.
Sure. Because you stink. Okay, so that's chapter 3. Now we're in chapter 4. And we're gonna shoot some people. But first we're gonna do a skip by going out of bounds and falling to a way later part of the level. I'm gonna wait till I hit a checkpoint and then pause and unpause so the floor loads and I die of full damage. But I've already hit a checkpoint for a later part, so I'll just spawn here in the void, take this guy's gun, shoot some people. Shoot some fists too, why not? Oops. Okay. So that's pretty much this whole chapter done. I just need to beat a train cycle now. Oh, that was a loud button press. But yeah, these trains can vary by around 10 seconds. They are a combination of loading and randomness. Because this game's engine uses level streaming. So it's kind of just loaded in whenever it's done. It's not gonna like wait for it to be done and then let you go. Now we have an auto scroller. This one's not random. This one just kind of is there. You have to hit a trigger to make it move. The other ones just they load in, the flag is done, and then a random wait time gets thrown, and then it will go. You ride this for about 40 seconds. Plus the 10 I already did before I said that. Not very interesting, you just kind of dodge things. And they don't really hurt too much either, so you can kind of just get hit by them. Hello, meaty toes. I did message you, but kinda too late now. Okay, so this is chapter 5. I'm gonna do a shortcut here too by glitching and landing on a wall that's about as thin as it looks. And that will just skip going up onto this walkway. We can just head on through back into the normal level here. I want to make sure I go slow here, otherwise I might soft block my game by cancelling out loading. That was okay. I clip through this again. This one's probably one of the bigger elevator clips, because you can walk over in this direction and get on top of this box. It's quite a lot of time. This is Dying Light 3. We're in checkpoint 2 of this level. There's usually some guards here, but we didn't spawn them, so it's quite quiet. We can just make our way through. To try and run just beyond that pole, because there's a loading trigger around it, and you can just kind of clip it with the side of your body. And then do a glide over the gap by just looking down, and for some reason that stops you being able to like vault things. You kind of just like step up onto them. Stop typing my commentary. Okay. The beamer is coming up. But first we're going to try something called New Eden Chain. I'm going to try and chain a couple of kick glitches. Messed up on the first one. Classic. Oh jeez. And you didn't see any of that? So that was New Eden. Very good. Some more downtime here in the form of an elevator, which is just a loading screen. Kind of just going down and the world's changing. Nice chain. What chain? Didn't do no chain. I have no idea what you're talking about. Alright, so now we're coming up on the mall, which has a hard trick in it. But first I'm going to try and do an instant swing. Never mind. Oh, this is sad. Okay, so I'm going to be climbing up a wall, and then from the frame that I get pushed out from the wall, I'm going to be trying to quick turn and then jump from that. And that should get me up here. It's kind of precise to time. It's not too bad though. Sounds more impressive than it is, I think, because once you learn it, it's pretty much, I don't know, not too hard. It's hard to learn, easy to do. And just slide into this vent. And even more waiting, because now you have to wait for this fan, otherwise you die. Yep. We'll climb up here to avoid the guards, break the glass, and then pretty much it. The end of the level. One more staircase. Much shoes like this chick. I think they're based on a brand called Logo, which you can't find anymore.
Looks like my little friend.
A very, very old shoe brand. Okay, that was chapter 5. This is chapter 6 of 10. We're gonna do a pretty big skip here by grabbing this pole for safety. You don't need to do that, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And then another one of those glides that I talked about to get out of bounds here. Oops. We're just gonna go through this door. We're gonna run on a wall, then hit a trigger to load another area, and then pause. Nice. We end up inside this factory. And then we can press this button through the wall. That saves quite a lot of time when you put them all together. This is also a skip. I'm going to try and grab a ledge on the way down. And then this will be loud. That's another instance of free-scroll mice. More inputs, like faster animations and stuff. Same thing on this. That's why the button sounds so weird when you use it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to break your heart. Do you forgive me? At this point in the story, the police are trying to like beat us. So they're just raising their own people that are like us, who run around and do parkour and stuff. But like any second generation of something, that kind of shit. It's just never a problem really. They're just kind of there. And then we're gonna head to a train and escape. There we go. You can actually ride the other train too.
I'm going after that guy.
There's one to the left of us. You take a different route, but... Yep. This is chapter 7 of the boat, where we are not going to go in the boat. Instead, we're just going to go straight out of bounds and then to where the boat level ends. Usually you would go inside this thing on the left and then come back out on this end up here. So we are just gonna go straight into the ending zone and pop a checkpoint. Then get to the menu and load save data. And we'll beat up some women for posterity. Just kidding, don't do that, please. Okay, so that was chapter 7. This is chapter 8, called Kate. Gonna go and shoot some shots at the police, the best kind of shots, right? Like I said, these guys aren't very great, so you can just kind of outpace them and avoid them. But yeah, losing enough height to get down here without having to roll. And clearing the first checkpoint. It's called Reggaevator because even if you have music turned off, it still blasts reggae at you. Good reggae though, so I don't think anyone minds. We're gonna make this whole section just completely trivial with 2 kick glitches. And then we're gonna kick glitch through these poles and climb out of bounds. then make a leap of faith and hopefully hit a checkpoint on the way down. Yep, good. Good about that. Oh yeah, inside the atrium. It just skips pretty much one elevator ride. Gonna try something called an infinite wall climb, because they didn't add a cap on how many wall runs you can chain together. So if you combine the quick turn button, the jump button, and the sidestep button, you can just do it over and over and over as high as you can find two walls close enough together pretty much. And we're gonna go even more out of bounds again. Oops. Even more out of bounds again. Oh. Let's try again. There we go. Okay, and there's a checkpoint down here to the left. We want to line up here and then walk and jump. Should hit it on the way down. Good. Okay, so here's where we shoot some cops. I'm gonna fire 2 shots. I'm gonna shoot this police truck. I'm gonna start speeding up. And then I'm gonna shoot this dot so we can see Scruffy. I'm gonna shoot the last one because why not? You only get 3 shots in a sniper rifle. This game wasn't on the schedule, but we had to hit the time slot, so I'm just kind of playing it. I'm fitting shots in where they fit. I'm getting shot at plenty, so that's good enough. Okay, that's the end of chapter 8. Here's the final chapter, number 9. We are gonna make a lot of noise by turning this valve a lot of times. So prepare your ears. Yep. So try and avoid all of these guys by just jumping past them. Success. And coming up is the beverage elevator room. We're gonna try and do a skip where we kind of like get on top of an elevator and fall out of bounds. We're gonna open it up and then wait for it to actually be open. And then I'm gonna coil in the corner and try and clip through by using the button. Yeah, cool. Now I have to walk off when I'm level with this. And pause when the vent is in the middle of my screen. And then we can just hit a checkpoint in some random room. That skips a lot of vent crawling, which is just generally unfun. Now we can just make our way over this tiny wall that's not big enough to stand on, so you have to keep jumping on it. Otherwise you fall off. One jumpy girl. Give Faith a TNP and she can do anything. Yeah, this is the final elevator of the game. There is the ending up there. You get to kind of like look out at the cityscape, I guess, and wait. Because we like waiting. barely faster to clip on top and then just walk into this early. I'm gonna shoot some more shots by disarming this guy. And then shooting these. And that's all of the shots fired. And then left. We make our way to the end of the game. Skip a cutscene by quitting to the menu and loading, and then not going too fast now, otherwise we'll not trigger the ending, but slow down a little bit, and time. So that was very spare of the moment Mirror's Edge. Hopefully it was, I don't know, I enjoyed it. All the commentary is harder than I thought, but I don't miss to read that. Okay. Thank you. Goodbye.